What's up, everybody? This is the What Did I Miss podcast. My name is Alex. This is Elliot and Josh. We have no credentials for podcast
Absolutely
making. We're not even that talented. Josh is a little annoying, but
more good looking.
We just love stupid pop culture stuff, and so we want to start a podcast because why not?
That's a great reason.
Yes, so we thought it was a great time to get this thing started through a review of the brand new movie Joker. Joker starring Joaquin Phoenix, if you don't know, directed by Todd Phillips. Got my lovely IMDb right here, just going through making sure I get all of the pieces together. Basically, a really decrepit 1970s dark, brooding origin story of one of the most famous supervillains of all time. So
it's based on 1981, I think.
Oh, 81?
That's
yeah.
what I read.
I was trying to figure out the time period. They never really directly.
Yeah.
70s, 80s, got that vibe.
They're saying like it's sort of like in the Reagan time period or something.
Yeah. So, basically you follow the Joker, Arthur Fleck, through his basically depression and obsession and paranoia and craziness. It's a very hard watch. Not recommended for kids.
No, definitely not.
Not at all. You're not going to see any Batman or anything crazy like that. This, obviously, though, if you're watching, it's going to be a full spoiler review. So you already know this stuff, but I like to kind of refresher and bring it back up. So, first impressions of this movie. Like, what do you guys think? What was your, biggest takeaway from the movie after you got out of it?
Yeah, first, Josh.
Man, I loved it. If you've seen Taxi Driver, Todd Phillips heavily relied on Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver as the whole feel of the movie, with a lot of shot-by-shots comparison. Man, the Joker's my favorite villain. He's always been my favorite villain. And watching this, you feel bad for him, and then you don't at the end. You're like, this guy's crazy. Watching it... When you see Heath Ledger's Joker, it's different from this Joker, but 100% you could put his Joker up there in that echelon of Jokers. There was times watching it where you don't know what he's going to do.
Right.
And when he does do it, you really feel that panic fear for yourself. That was amazing. The only thing I'm probably going to get, it doesn't matter. I thought maybe he was too crazy. Like, I thought that he was not... Because my Joker, you think in your mind, everybody has their opinion, but...
Yeah.
To me, it seemed like the Joker to me is smart and calculating and funny. And this guy seemed... He had no control. He seemed freaking crazy beyond cognitive skill of processing a plan to take over Gotham, to me.
Yeah.
So that's my first spiel. I'm sure,
I kind of like that because it was weird. With Heath Ledger says it in his Joker. He's saying I'm just a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do if I caught one.
Yeah.
You kind of feel that this is full spoiler, but So at the end of the movie when he his plan is to kill himself on the show, and then he just goes off on this rant. He gets pissed and just shoots the other guy, and then he's like, okay, so you can feel the craziness that Heath Ledger said that there is no plan,
Yeah.
and things kind of just work out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe in his subconscious there is a plan, but not that he is meticulously trying to, which is what makes him scary, I think.
He's chaotic.
Yeah.
You
have no idea what he's gonna do next, like you said in that scene with the midget. You're is he gonna kill him? Is he not?
Yeah.
I was legit.
That was
my heart
the
was
best.
pounding.
That was the best scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that. I do think you have to remember this is an origin story. So
Yeah.
I would say Heath Ledger's Joker is him at his finest. Where he's he knows exactly what he's doing and how to create this chaos and and he's fluid in who he is. And here it's he's starting out.
Yeah.
Like you said, in some parts you're doubting whether he's evil or not. And I liked that character development. That scene where he's imagining himself on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And he just wants to, Robert De Niro's character to give him a hug and say I wanted you to be my father. That makes you feel for him. Yeah. And he's kind of human. And then toward the end, is he? Well, he's kind of like a monster and just enough balance where you feel for him, and yet you're like, yeah, this guy's nuts.
I think that's like what you're saying. Like maybe the Joker in like Batman era when Batman's there and all of this stuff is happening. You see him go from being somebody that just wants acceptance and to make it in the world to seeing what he's even capable of. Like I think that moment when he kills the 3 guys in the subway.
Yeah.
That's like his first ever unction to like snap, you know, and like be okay. And you know that he then like follows that by literally a guy who's begging and like crawling up the stair. He still shoots him like multiple times. And it's like, you see that chaos start unraveling in him. So it goes from like the very origin of him just like being messed up and crazy all the way to being, you know, fully capable of just
evil.
Yeah. Basically terrorism, you know? And so it's a really wild contrast. I mean, I think this was a big thought that I had whenever I got out of the theater and I was thinking about it last night. We saw it at Alamo Drafthouse, 35 millimeter, which was awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Because you see like all the specks and flickers of, you know, film, and it really made it feel like of that time. Even the title sequence being the old Warner Brothers logo. Yeah. I felt like I was watching an old movie for a lot of it.
Yeah.
The movie really takes a lot of good notes in terms of like really taking its time, like one of those late 70s, early 80s movies where it's not trying to rush you through. It's not trying to push you through the story and fill it with action and craziness. It has these small, subtle moments that are accented by these large, grand scale, like, oh my God, moments. Kind of like, I would say, equate to like Breaking Bad. Like, Breaking Bad has those really slow episodes, but it all culminates to these crazy, you know. And so through Joker, there's about 3 or 4 moments like that. But in between, you're really developing and like you feel like you're right with Joaquin Phoenix through that whole process, which I really appreciate. So I love the vibe of it being like a late 70s, early 80s kind of like feel. The city feels very real and gritty. You feel like Gotham's like this hopeless, you know. And then at the end, whenever it snaps, everything snaps. You can believe it because the city already is on end.
Yeah.
They build that tension the whole time. It's not just, oh, everybody's starting a riot right now.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like this has been like slowly, steadily increasing through the protest and the you know, clown masks and all that. So that they really built a perfect world to like let everything just get set off perfectly for the time of Joker to come into place. So I really appreciated that. But back to my other thought, comparison between Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix. It's like, how do they stack up? Which one do you think is maybe I guess it's not a better portrayal, but what's your favorite portrayal of Joker?
You go first.
Gosh. It's hard. Because it's not fair in a way.
Yeah.
Because Joaquin Phoenix's character had so much more screen time.
True.
And just character development. You get to see like the humanity, like what we were saying in him. Whereas Heath Ledger is a supporting character. He's got less screen time. And you kind of don't see... What I like about Heath Ledger's is that you don't really see him weak almost at any point. Yeah. Even to the last scene where he's laughing upside down, you feel like he feels like he won. He's in control.
And you hate him the whole time.
And you hate him and you're like, you never feel like you beat him. He's like this invincible force of just evil, you know? Yeah. And here, Joaquin is like a human almost, you know? Like you see him cry, you see him lose, you see him fall. And so it's like, it's different. Yeah. So in terms of a comic book Joker, I would say Heath Ledger's is better. Okay. In terms of if I were just to forget about comics for a second and just think of like the actual characters in terms of film, Joaquin's is better. But that's just because it's not fair.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What do you think, Josh?
Man, golly. I mean, I said last night that I still think Heath Ledger's is the best. But I keep going back to... I know it's an origin story. Yeah. Man, the whole time, it was like 2-hour movie, but the whole time you're just fixated. Yeah. And that's a long time to watch one dude. I mean, every time that he was on screen, just... Yeah. Even when he's not saying anything, there's just so much going on in his eyes and what he's... Like, what is he thinking? What's he going to do? Even, like, parts of the movie where it doesn't even... Like he's dancing with his mom. Like, what is he going to do? Why is he dancing with his mom?
The dancing thing was amazing.
Every time he was dancing, it was so creepy, man, watching him dance. Even, like, the part where he's, like, giving his mom a bath and they're kind of talking about... was it Wayne?
Thomas Wayne.
Yeah. Like, you don't know what the heck he's going to do. Yeah. And that's a long 2 hours to watch a crazy person. Yeah. I mean, I've been around mental people before. I've been in a mental hospital, and that edgy uncertainty of chaotic, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Definitely felt that watching him.
Yeah.
It was as if you're really watching a mentally unstable person just about to freaking do anything.
Like when he shoots through the wall.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he freaks out because he's just in his brain so much. So he's like living out this other alternate fantasy. And the whole Zazie Beetz being the girlfriend through the whole thing. It's really great. I thought that there's so many good little twists that they build up in the movie that they didn't even have to do, but they really cement that and hit those emotional beats like really well. Yeah. Because I thought something was obviously fishy with her. Like, why is she like him? You know, like, why are they together? Why is she? You know.
Why would anyone?
And I was like, maybe it's just bad writing. You know, that like, oh, she's like some weird girl or whatever. But the fact that she disappears and she was never there in the beginning is such a great accent of one of his issues. You know, it's like, wow, like he's built this whole, you know, it's just amazing.
As far as like
his mom with Thomas Wayne.
Exactly.
That whole part of him trying to discover who he is. Like as far as like performance in the Joker, he was amazing. Yeah. And I can't say better than Heath Ledger, but as far as like watching the Joker as your comic book favorite villain, I go to Heath Ledger because a lot of what was missing for me was the humor that the Joker brought. And I know it's his origin story. This is the beginning. Maybe he gets funnier later. But I was expecting him even to be on stage to come out with a real zinger or something that would make us laugh. Because even watching like Batman the Animated Series or Jack Nicholson or the old 70s Batman, Heath Ledger's Joker, the comic book Joker, the Joker.
When did you laugh with Heath Ledger?
Man, you say that in every when he's the magic trick, the pencil, or is like, you think you could steal from us? Yeah, like those very subtle moments, or even like when his sadistic, like when he breaks the pool stick and he's like, there you go, fight for it. Yeah. Like the way he's careless and you know crazy, but he does have this super dark humor. Yeah, like with Joaquin Phoenix. I didn't feel there was any the only part was with the midget. That was the only part. The small person, the tiny person.
Not tiny, little
person. I'm sorry, come on, Jackass, 1999. Sorry, we mad. You know my heart. Anyways, dude, but that was like the only sense of when he did that. That was the only like that's what I wanted more of. Was that of that unhinged humor. Yeah. But like the rest, it was just so hard at times to watch his craziness. I didn't get that sense of that part was missing for me in that Joker.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a heavily nihilistic movie in the way that there's no relief in the movie at all.
No.
Like no character brings relief. No, there's no other side character that, you know, helps along, you know. And usually I don't like that in movies. I like there to be a little bit of a balance where there's moments where I can relax. Now, I thought this movie was so engaging though that it kept me really well. I think there's about 15 to 20 minutes of the movie that I feel like maybe are a little slow. Like a little too slow to me. I think it was more of a producer decision to put like him going to the Wayne Manor and like trying to tie all these like Batman pieces in, which I get, it's a Joker movie, but I get that same sense. I got that same sense of Solo, where it's like we're gonna throw Darth Maul in, and it's like, do we need to? No, you know. And I think it's like, well, we have to have something for people to be like, oh, you got to go see it, you know, in the sense of we have to have that little hook.
I don't feel like that was because of that though. Well, at least I don't know, because like if they could have done the same movie without addressing it, you're right. But then we would have been like, is this even a Joker movie? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I just felt like maybe it was a little
forced,
possibly. Okay. The multiple interactions, because like he sees him in the bathroom, and then he sees them at Wayne Manor, and then they go back to the parents getting shot, which I thought was great. It's a great ending, and I'm glad that they didn't make the Joker himself do the shooting.
Yeah, me too.
But it was,
that would have felt forced for me,
which was cool because they did frame by panel by panel the original comic. Yeah, the wide shot. And they really paid attention to that moment. That was really nice. But I think this is my favorite Joker, because I've never felt for the Joker, in a sense. Like, I've never felt that emotional like pull.
Yeah.
And they take you so well, like down, 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 down. and then he rises in his own twisted, like perverted way into like victory when he's putting that paint on and he's dancing down those steps.
Yeah.
You feel the Joker. You're like, this is the Joker. You know, I've never like felt for the Joker. I've never feared the Joker more for the uncertainty and like terror that he just brings. And even though it's like small scale stuff, like he never really, you know, tried to blow up a ship or, you know, like in Dark Knight. Just his like uncertainty. Like even that one scene when he's in her house and she's like, you know, why are you in my house?
Yes,
you know,
that was awful.
Like you don't know what he's gonna do and how awful it could be. You know, and for me that like really is a testament to how good they wrote that character. So yeah, I mean, I guess is there anything else that y'all want to bring up that maybe you enjoyed about the movie?
I like we mentioned it, like the dancing.
Yeah,
it's like he's obviously dancing as fake as a clown, right?
Yeah, and
that's kind of like in him. And like the craziness of him, and then so like after he shoots at people in the subway, he like locks himself in the bathroom.
Yeah,
and like it's dancing, and it's like kind of like a poetic like transformation, like the butterfly into you know the caterpillar effect, because it was like, and he's dancing. Later, like all the dancing moments were like key. Yeah, and then at the end, like you said, in the stairs, just the and those little parts would bring relief. I think the only like relief, like you were saying, that I saw was like the music. Like there were like some like 3 parts where they would put like a really hype, great almost song. Guardians of the Galaxy type like song, and then it would make you laugh and be like, wait, and then they would really twist it into the dark theme of the Joker, or the violin or whatever it was, the cello, and then you'd be like, no, this is bad. Yeah. Like so, like it was like how did that?
It tricked me.
Yeah, like yesterday we were talking and you said like he's running away from the cops and you're like, yeah, get away, and you're like, wait, why am I rooting for him? Like, he should be caught. Like he should be like in jail. Like why am I rooting for this guy? Yeah. So like it was like the Nightcrawler effect, which you were saying. Like it's like which props to the writers and the directors to like create a struggle for the character so much that we empathize with him and we want him to succeed, even though. We're like, no, this guy's evil and like crazy, but we want him to succeed because we've seen him struggle so much. Exactly. Props to Joaquin Phoenix for his laughs. Like I was telling us yesterday.
Yeah, amazing.
I think he's got like different types of laughs. Like his craft is just like amazing. Yeah. So the close-ups, he can handle them. Like every twitch and everything, he's got it. Like,
I loved how that shot, because it was like one of the first shots they ever showed of him.
Where he's like
leaned back.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But then they pan over and he's got the gun like up on his head. I was like, that's good, because like they know everybody's waiting for that shot, and then to like go and bring it to another level is like really amazing. I thought it was a great movie.
I like how he made his laugh where he can't help it and it like hurts him to laugh.
Well, that was one of his laughs. So like that's the thing I was telling Alex. I noticed that I think there's like different laughs of his. So he's got the like he's sick laugh, like he's nervous and he can't help it and he coughs and it's almost like he's in pain but he's laughing. And then he's got his fake laugh, which he'd be like, hey,
like when he's in a comedy club. And
or when they were laughing at the short person, like, and then he walks out and he's like fake laughing and then he just turns serious because like that's his fake laugh. Like,
and
then so he's got like multiple different types of laughs and like it's so complex, like
pitched differently and like so good.
I read something. I want to watch it again. I know you said one and done, but they said that like there are so many moments, and they brought up some where you're seeing it of the lady, but there's multiple like where he's on the bus with the kid. Yeah. Like they said that like everything is what we're seeing is through the eyes of the Joker. So I want to go back and watch it again to see like, you know, where he's portraying something else, but what's really he doing? Like was he jacking with the kid or something, or you know, all the different elements of that.
Like what his perception.
Yeah, like what is he really doing?
Like in his eyes, she was flirting with him with the gun thing, but was she? Yeah. Or like, you know, like
or she's just being nice. You know,
like how he sees the world. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so good. All right. Crazy. Final scores. What would you rank out of 10, Joker?
Golly, man, I'm not a score person. I want to just give everybody a 10. No, I'm not going to give it a 10. Then what do you give a 10? What could be better? I feel like I can't give a 10 because you always want something to be better. Am I rating the movie? Am I rating the performance? Am I rating the Joker?
The film Joker.
The film Joker, I will give it a 9.
Okay. Good.
I feel terrible now.
No. I think I'm gonna side with you. I think like a 9 just for the sake of not giving it a 10. But like it's really close.
Man,
like maybe
great.
A 9.5 because it's like 9. I'm gonna give it a 9 because it's like just shot, music, acting. It was
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Everything is just on point. I can't critique it that much. Like, there are maybe little things, but that's why it's a 9. But
yeah.
Overall, it's a great film. Not a comic book film. I would not say it's like that. I can't rate it like that.
Yeah. I would say I'm right in that 9, 8.75 range.
Yeah.
I think it's really great. Really great. Maybe a little bit of pacing issues, but I think it's super great. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Very cool. Well, that's our review of Joker. If you ever check out anything else on this channel, we're going to be posting reviews. Disney Plus, we're going to do a lot of stuff with that. This is all going to rotate. Different people have it in. Some fun videos. So stay tuned.